Hello there. I'm John Patrick for the Atlanta Regional Commission. We're here with Dan Reuter, ARC's Land Use Division Chief. Now, Dan, we're going to talk about protecting green space. There's still quite a bit of it left in the region, isn't there?
Well, we are fortunate in North Georgia and the Piedmont to have a lot of green space, a lot of trees and rolling hills and beautiful areas that we call home.
Why is this an important issue? I mean, I've lived here a long time, so I sort of understand that it's important that we have those special areas that are natural and that we can use.
Well, we've now moved on to the term of sort of green infrastructure in the Atlanta region, and we feel that that sort of encompasses all the benefits of green space, from watershed protection to habitat to even recreational benefits. So there's many ways that green space supports our quality of life and our communities.
Yeah, I think that's an issue too, isn't it? That it does in fact support quality of life. Your life is better when you have places to recreate or just enjoy, enjoy nature.
Well, and a good bit of our history here in North Georgia, we've sort of approached green space as almost an afterthought in our communities. We've developed places for us to work, neighborhoods to live in, but then sort of the leftover areas maybe were the ones that we sort of set aside for green space. So this effort is trying to be more proactive and really trying to think about those unique and important green spaces before they become developed.
Now, this is part of the Atlanta Regional Commission's vision for green space.
That's correct.
How did that get started?
Well, for about 3 years, the Georgia Conservancy and the Trust for Public Land have been working with the Atlanta Regional Commission to think through our regional needs for green space. We've had a lot of success in the state, at the state level and at local governments and even the private sector and nonprofits in protecting green space. But it's been somewhat disconnected, and we feel that a more regional understanding and strategy is something that'll be a benefit.
Now, what are the key components of the green space strategy?
Well, the green space strategy that we've started, like I said, we've been working on for a couple years, and we've just now sort of organized 3 main efforts. The first is a comprehensive database that's accessible on the internet, where you can go in your community, look at an aerial photograph or a map of your community, and you zoom in on the internet, the parks, you can see the parks that are around your neighborhood, the other water features like streams and rivers. And so it's a comprehensive database of green space that's accessible to the public.
That's really exciting. Is it part of satellite pictures and that kind of thing?
It is. It's what planners would call geographic information systems. It's taking maps and other data and putting it together and now providing that on the internet.
How critical is this to the region's economy and even the health of people living here?
Well, green space is used in so many ways in our communities. As I said, we have the need for watershed and stormwater protection, which green space provides that function. We have the need for recreation and other types of enjoyment of green space. And we still have needs in this region for habitat, for lots of species of animals, even really more so in North Georgia, but we do have diverse needs for green space.
Now, people have heard of the Georgia Conservancy. I'm not sure about the Trust for Public Land, which is a national entity, but you formed a partnership with these folks. And how is that important, and how did it get started?
Well, the partnership, we sort of recognize that the Trust for Public Land is an organization that is often an intermediary. They try to protect green space and then ultimately find permanent protection through a local government or some other source. But both of these organizations have very strong backgrounds in green space work. And so not only the Georgia Conservancy and the Trust for Public Land, but there's many other partners that we're sort of engaging in the region that have protecting green space as their agenda. Those organizations really bring a lot of strengths in terms of their knowledge of the issues, technical expertise, sometimes money to help acquire or to somehow protect the land as a conservation easement or some other strategy.
Dan, how does the green space strategy affect the day-to-day lives of the average person? There are roughly 4 million people in the metro area.
Right. The region has benefits from green space that include needs for watershed protection or stormwater control. But then there's even economic benefits of green space, from tourism to a lot of large companies, when they're considering moving a plant to the area, consider the amenities that are available. But then really, we're considering our day-to-day lives with our families and the need to get recreation and exercise. Green space can provide a lot of opportunities for interacting and really enjoying the outdoors.
Now, how can folks get involved, like you and me? You mentioned getting on the internet and seeing your local green space.
Right. Well, we have we've provided that internet capability with the maps. We have a draft sort of priorities map that we're working on with local governments, and we have now a new toolkit document, because a big part of this strategy is really education. It's helping our leaders and citizens really understand the need for green space and why, how it can help them and benefit them, and why it's important. But one of the easiest ways to get involved is with your local government, and we have many local governments in this region that are undertaking green space activities. And then again, through the Atlanta Regional Commission, we really have some opportunities also.
Dan Reuter, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
For more information about ARC's green space strategy, visit www.atlantaregional.com/greenspace.